Knott's Berry Farm, opening in 1940, has been an absolute staple for the amusement park industry in Southern California. Currently featuring 9 operating roller coasters and 1 under construction, I've had one visit to this park in summer of 2021, and here I am to rank their roller coasters from my least to most favorite. And just for note, Sierra Sidewinder was closed for my visit, so it will not be included in the rankings today. Anyways, let's just dive straight into it. Starting off our list at number 8, we have Pony Express. This 2008 motorbike coaster certainly is a fun experience. The seating arrangement is super unique, however in my eyes the coaster is just too short to be placed any higher on this list, despite having a zippy launch and a fairly fun, well-themed coaster experience that's perfect for families. Moving our way up the list to number 7, we have Coaster Rider. Now this 2013 Wild Mouse coaster certainly is polarizing, however me personally I don't have a problem with it. I think it's pretty fun with an awesome first drop at the beginning, and the rest of the layout is smooth and decently enjoyable. It also looks super nice tucked away in the beachy section of Knott's Berry Farm, and it has a fun little theme and soundtrack to go with a pretty fun family-friendly ride experience. Continuing on with this trio of family coasters, before we get into anything more extreme, we have Jaguar. This 1995 roller coaster actually feels more like a monorail than it does a full-fledged roller coaster. It doesn't feature any steep drops, any tight turns, or any airtime moments. The ride is super long and it doesn't go very quickly. It kind of mills around, actually going through 2 lift hills, and gives a super scenic view of the entire park and the area around it, actually going over, under, and even through a roller coaster, over footpaths, and has a really good theming, and its station is actually located in an ancient pyramid. Starting off our top 5 and heading into the first extreme roller coaster being mentioned in this video, we have Zumas Revenge. This 1975 launch coaster truly is a super important part of roller coaster history, and even on top of that, the ride experience is super fun. It's incredibly simple, starting off with a simple launch into a vertical loop into a spike, which causes you to fall back down, go through the loop backwards, and ride through the launch track all the way until you hit the brakes and end the ride experience. The coaster is super short, as you could have probably guessed, but as it stands, being a super important piece of coaster history and a fun ride, I cannot recommend Zumas Revenge enough to any of you guys. Moving on to number 4, we have Silver Bullet. Now this 2004 inverted coaster definitely isn't everyone's cup of tea. I know a lot of people don't like it, and it gets under a lot of fire, specifically for its super shallow first drop. However, I definitely get a kick out of this ride. I think its 6 inversions are pretty powerful. It's got a great location at the front of the park, also featuring the ending right over that lake, which is super enjoyable, and some of the inversions actually feel like they're trying to rip your feet off. This coaster is definitely pretty intense, is great to look at, and overall is one of my personal favorite inverted coasters that I've ridden. Moving on to number 3, slightly beating out Silver Bullet, we have Hangtime. This is actually the park's newest roller coaster, opening back in 2018, and they advertise it as the world's steepest dive coaster. I know not everybody agrees with that, but moving on, this coaster is insanely fun, both to watch and ride. On board, you have a super steep first drop and an action-packed layout that isn't super long, however featuring 5 inversions and a couple airtime moments, this coaster is never dull. Off-ride, it is beautiful to watch with that awesome color scheme, and especially as it gets later at night, they turn on that awesome light package, and boy is this thing just fun to watch. Hangtime was certainly a great addition for Knott's Berry Farm, truly rounding out the park's lineup back when it opened in 2018, and I personally cannot recommend this coaster enough. Moving on to number 2, we have Accelerator. This 2002 hydraulic launch coaster is actually Knott's tallest roller coaster, and man is this ride insane. It's not perfect, it definitely has a short layout that's a little bit incomplete, but what this ride does manage to pack in its 30-second experience is nothing short of thrilling. Its launch 0 to 82 in 2.3 seconds is absurd, and the following layout is super quick and intense, almost being a blur once you hit that brake run, making you want to just jump back in line. And this coaster is one of the most fun roller coasters I've ridden. I won't say it's one of the best just because of how short it is, but man, Accelerator is certainly a rush. And finally, making it to the number 1 spot, what is the best roller coaster at Knott's Berry Farm? Ladies and gentlemen, we have Ghost Rider. I'm sure this is no surprise for anybody who's been to the park, as Ghost Rider is one insane roller coaster. It's honestly one of the best wooden coasters I've ever ridden, and there's nothing I can say about this ride except for praise. Its airtime, its laterals, its length, its theming, everything about this ride is almost perfect. It ranks in my top 15 overall, and Ghost Rider is just one of the many reasons that you guys should make it to Knott's Berry Farm if you haven't already. Anyways, that's just about gonna do it for my video ranking every single roller coaster at Knott's Berry Farm. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments down below, if you agreed or disagreed with my rankings, and if you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave it a like rating. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe for more videos just like this coming every single week from Hangtime Thrills. I'll catch you guys next time.